welcome to another adventure. I'm making my way up towards North Norfolk. I'm going to do an overnight wild camp somewhere in North Norfolk, not far from Cley. And so I just want to get out on the bike, have an overnighter, and I wanted to test out my Alt Rider Hemisphere saddlebags on the T7. I've used them a couple of times on my CRF 450, but I wondered what they were like on the T7, and because they're so easy to strap on, I think they're a great bag. You don't hear people talking about them a lot, but they're one of these sort of horseshoe design type bags, and there's not a lot to them when it comes to strapping them on. There's, only really a strap either side and one at the back, and that's it. But they're really, really good, really easy to use. Yeah, so I just wanted to see how I got on with them, how they got on with the bike, get out in this glorious weather we're having. Yeah, so I brought my camera. I'm going to find some nice landscape opportunities as well. Yeah, and just get out and enjoy this wonderful weather we're having and this beautiful countryside. Hey, look at this. It's just fabulous. Some of these lovely roads that you get in Norfolk like this, they're just, a lot of them are quite long and straight, but they're just such fun to be on. Great on an adventure bike. You can munch them miles away in no time. So this is Castleacre, and it's a lovely town. So you drive through this sort of medieval gateway here. It's pretty special. Here. Right gear, Michael. Yeah, so definitely going to take it steady today, as I've got all my my luggage on. Don't want to be blasting down the lanes with all that extra weight. It's a good opportunity as well, a good chance to see how the suspension performs with the luggage on, because obviously that increases the weight, and I've already got maximum preload dialed in. I haven't done any modifications to the suspension yet, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that gets on. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the 80-20 adventure tyres, i.e. 80 road, 20 off-road, because you could come down here absolutely no problem at all on them. It is really quite a simple trail, this, and they'll be fine. On a day like today, it's bone dry, there's hardly any sand, so you don't need the extra grip that the sand gives you. Yeah, so we're going left here. Yeah, so you don't need the extra grip that you might need in the sand, so you'll get away with that 80-20 tyre. But the problem is, as soon as it rains, that's when it turns into a whole world of hurt, especially on grass. Grass can be absolutely lethal when it's wet, and if you're not used to riding off-road, then yeah, it can just turn out to be horrible on a horrible day, and you can do a lot of damage to yourself and your bike, and it can be really off-putting, it can be really frightening, and it makes you think, blimey, I'm not doing that again, what a stupid idea. But actually, if you've got a decent set of tyres, at least 50-50, then you should be okay. Yeah, off to the middle is the place to be because it's where the 4x4s can't go. It can be tricky. Getting any foot pegs yet, and this thing would definitely benefit from some bigger foot pegs. I find it quite uncomfortable with standard pegs. Unsuitable for motors. Yeah, that tends to mean it should be pretty good. Countryside. It's one of the things I really love about green laning, you know, it's just the feeling of escapism, the feeling that you're getting away from it all. There's the 4x4s. I'm glad the wind's blowing off to my right, otherwise I'd have been getting a right faceful. Help but get a big nose full of that rapeseed. Just wonderful. This is a lovely lane. Yeah, Norfolk's a good place to come if you're a fairly inexperienced rider. I mean, it's a great place to come if you're an experienced rider, but you know, it's not too intimidating. It's not like Wales, you know, where you're might find yourself down some real stony, technical ascent or even descent. It's just nice, and obviously we get the better weather in this part of the world. It's the driest part of the UK, so chances are you're going to have it fairly dry, and it's fairly sandy, a lot of it, so it's good riding even when it is wet. That said, who doesn't love a trip to Wales? Yeah, down here. I've done quite a few of the lanes around here now, but I've not done this one before. Yeah, this one's got some quite deep ruts. Yeah, when you're out on the big bike, deep ruts always get your bum twitching. Well, they do me anyway, because you know, once you're in one, you're in it until it's easy to get out of it, because there's no way you're going to lift your bike out of those deep ruts. You know, I was out on the Tiger once, and the left-hand rut just looked way easily the best rut to be in. So I get in the left-hand rut, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse, and then turns into about 2 foot deep mud, and it was just a horrible experience. And it really put me off sort of riding big bikes off-road, because you know, you just get yourself into a right pickle. I was on my own, just out wrecking some routes. It was in Essex, near oh god, what's it called? Steeple Bumpstead. But anyway, I learnt a valuable lesson that day. Don't go out on your own. But here I am. Oh, that was a big one. Beautiful countryside. The key is, the secret is to be looking well ahead, way up the track, and then you can plan your route, and then you can hopefully see early any problems that you might be having. So the middle here looks fine, all the way down there, look to the bottom of the hill. Yeah, it's a nice lane, that. Okay, let's just have a quick map check. So we're there, we're coming into Little Walsingham, so there should be a shop here somewhere. We could have a brew, a cafe or something like that. There must be. Oh yeah, the bull. Well, that was good. Nice sausage roll and a shandy at the Bull. Bull Inn, Little Walsingham. Nice little pub. And just look at this sort of medieval courtyard here, or whatever it is. It's lovely, lovely little village. Yes, it's a lovely, lovely little village. Quite sure what that is there. So nice seeing the Ukrainian flags flying everywhere. It's yeah, really special thing that people are doing. Looks like a cafe there. Look at these chimneys. They don't make them like that anymore. So this is a nice little lane that takes you, it's quite gravelly, not too technical, and takes you right into the middle of Wells. A couple of times I've been down here, there's been a lot of dog walkers, so you have to certainly keep your wits about you. just seen the sea for the first time. I did bring my drone with me, but it's so windy today. It just wouldn't be very clever, because it's only a little Mavic Mini 2 drone, and it would yeah, get blown around a bit, I think, on a day like today. Such lovely, lovely English countryside. Yeah, there's the sea. You can see the waves breaking, so it must be fairly windy if there's waves in Wells. So this is right in the back of Wells now. It'd be rude not to have an ice cream. Let's go down here. Stick the bike in here. Oh, the kids are crabbing. Yeah, wow, look at that. Yeah, it's nice here. It's lovely. So there's a road that goes up the side there. So there's just some public toilets over there, and then a road that takes you up to the beach, and a car park up there. Oh, I never noticed that horse before. The sculpture. Right, let's have an ice cream. It's so nice, this coastal road that goes along the North Norfolk coast. Although you can get a bit, certainly if you're in a car, get a bit stuck behind traffic, but hopefully we're not going to have that problem on the bike. That's what I do like about this, the T7 though, and the adventure bikes generally, you know, they make you slow down a bit. You're not rip-roaring around the countryside like you would on a sports bike. You know, it's just kind of not in your nature to do it. I mean, they can do if you want to. I mean, I've seen people doing amazing things with adventure bikes on the track, putting some sports bikes to shame, but you know, generally they just make you want to enjoy the countryside a bit more, I think. So this is Morstan Quay, so it's one of the places I just wanted to come and have a quick look with regards to potential spots for photography. Yeah, it's not a bad location, got a few boats for some foreground interest, and obviously got the water. Just a bit flat today, no clouds. Just could do with a few fluffy clouds. I think the forecast is it's going to cloud over a bit later, so might be a good sunrise location or sunset. Probably sunrise, because that river points east. So this is Cley now, and this is definitely one of the places I wanted to come to do a bit of a recce with regards to, no, it's not up there I want to go, with regards to getting a shot of the windmill. Hey. Yeah, and there's the windmill. Which I would imagine looks amazing for a sunset. Right, so I've decided just to quickly pop into Sheringham and just get fuel and a couple of few supplies, and no doubt there's a chippy here, so I'm just going to head down the main street here and find a chippy, get something to eat. There's got to be a chippy down here somewhere, surely. That was a nice bag of chips in Sheringham. I got some fuel, so I've topped up, come back to Cley, and unfortunately there's no clouds this evening, and clouds always help make for good sunset pictures, good landscape pictures, you know, a bit of interest in the sky. So I'm just going to go up here and get the drone out, I think, and just get a couple of shots. I've come all this way. It might be good news though in the long run, because it might mean then that I can do some astrophotography later if there's going to be no cloud, and we'll see the stars. Might, if we're really lucky, might get the Milky Way in. We'll see. Okay, so I got a quick photo. It's not ideal, but it's something. Alright, I think there's a pub just down here, so I might just go and have a quick shandy now. Gorgeous evening. It's getting a bit chilly though. I've just sort of come and found where I'm going to do my wild camp for the night, and I noticed this fella creeping up on me. I think it's a Chinese water deer. I can't really tell looking on the screen on the back of my camera, but if there's a couple of tusks hanging down, then maybe that's what it is. The sun is starting to set. Lovely evening. It's not as windy as I thought it might be, and certainly what the forecast was saying, 20-mile-an-hour winds, but I don't think that's going to happen now. So I'm going to set up just here. I'm going to put the tent just there and get the bike in. So there's the byway. So I'm just literally just off the byway, and I've got here just as we're getting towards last light, and I'll be gone by first light, because I want to maybe just slip back over to Cley and see if I can get that windmill on a sunrise. But yeah, it's just beautiful around here. The bird noise has been amazing. Fantastic location, so peaceful. There's a little bit of wind, but it's not bad at all. Right, let's get the tent set up. Oh, good morning. I've just about finished packing up, just breaking camp. It's just gone about 5 AM. Unfortunately, it's not been the morning I hoped for sunrise wise, so as you can see there's not a lot of sun around. It's a bit grey and a bit overcast, so I'm going to break camp. I'm going to start my way home, and then I'm eventually going to stop and have a brew and just take it from there. Had a great night's kip. Yeah, slept like a baby all night, so I did manage to get a couple of photos of the stars. Unfortunately, the Milky Way wasn't quite as visible as I hoped, but yeah, it was a good night. Yeah, and I slept really well. Okay, let's pack up and get on our way. Okay, just quick check that we haven't left anything. Leave only footprints and all that. Okay, home. I think this is the Ford, Justin, if memory serves me correctly. Well, I thought it was a bit early for a Ford, but we're here now. It's not too deep, that one. Thanks for coming along for the trip. I've really enjoyed it. I do love a wild camp. I do love, you know, that sense of adventure and getting out there and just feeling a little bit freer. I can't emphasize enough just how good it is in this this part of the world. So the Norfolk coast, and you know, the green lanes in that area, they're just absolutely brilliant. Especially if you're, you know, a novice adventure rider. There's some very nice simple trails, and enough to keep, you know, even the experienced rider entertained. Don't forget to click on that like button if you like the video, or maybe even subscribe to the channel. It all helps, and I'll hopefully see you soon back on the channel for another adventure. Bye for now.